Carl, Lila, what are you guys doing? Hey, hey.
Today we're going on a garden tour. That's what's going on at Noah's house. Hey guys, what's happening? Noah here in the garden. I haven't been in the garden in a while. I didn't make a lot of gardening videos this year because there's a million gardening videos, but I do like to do the tours. There's Miss Lou back there. Miss Barky Pants. Well, I'm going to spin you around and I'm going to give a little bit of a, hey, this is what's happening. Here we go. So, the potato plants. As you can see, there's a couple of the bags I dumped out. Now, I don't know if they died back early because I stepped on them, dog stepped on them, but they did die back early. And that just happens. What you doing, Lou? All right, it's right here. I had all those extra tomato plants. Well, I found places to put them. I put one in there. Ooh, spotted lanternflies. I put one in there with the beets. The beets are starting to do better. These were teeny tiny rosemary. Well, now they're not so teeny, not so tiny, doing good. And there's the big rosemary plant. There's some more potatoes over there. My mint, the mint's doing great. So over here, check out the carrot bed. Looking just thick and lush and beautiful. Now, I haven't really poked around in them much. I'm leaving them go because I got a bad habit of messing with my carrots and screwing things up. Now, can you see in there? Let me zoom in. Let me zoom in. See them spotted lanternflies? Oh, they love these cucumber plants, but they don't seem to be hurting them. So, I'm letting them go. But cucumbers are doing great. Let's see if I can find you one. I'm letting some of these. Oh, look at that big guy. I'm letting that one get a little bigger. Those are some of my slicers, and I was picking them kind of early. Now I'm going to let them get a little bigger. Now down here, these are my pickling cucumbers, which I just been making quick pickles in a jar. But you can see one over there hanging out. And I just picked me 3 or 4 of them this morning. And yeah. Now I put some beans in. I started some beans, and I just had them, and I popped them in. So I put this little trellis thing out of some old trellis material, and I made another one right here because I got a line of beans right there. I'm thinking of just putting some bean seed in the ground direct sow and putting another little trellis thing over here. Fava beans, they're all starting to come good. I started picking them and drying them, but I'm gonna think maybe I might leave some on the vine to dry. Maybe that's a better way of doing it. Check out the nasturtiums. I'm gonna get down for this shot. I'll tell you what, sent a little thing for Epic Gardening because he always talks about nasturtiums. Look how cool. I'm not going to eat them though because of what you said. They just don't sound good. Anyway, tomato plants. Look at the tomato forest over there. And peppers. This is a weird little issue that I have. Oh yeah, we have some more over there with parsnips and some basil. We have peppers right here. I had some extra lettuces here and there. I plopped them in. All the cabbages are gone. A couple more pepper plants over there. Look at the nasturtiums. Look at the beautiful flowers. Okay, peppers. Now tomatoes. The tomatoes in this bed, there's only 2, and this was a store-bought bulk, really good organic compost. But the thing is, these tomato plants are big and green and lush and beautiful and have about 3 tomatoes on them. I don't understand. But they're all, there's blooms and they're all starting to come good. We're starting to get some tomatoes on there and I'm happy about that. So let's go over this way. Oh, here's my little maple tree I dug up. All those extra tomato plants, I started popping them in. Now when my tomato plants do this stuff, bend over, I learned from Mark, from Self-Sufficient Me, that that's fine. They're just going to keep on going. So I don't let it bother me. Because if you go over here, see some of these, they go up. Now it does help if they do it over top of something like that, but they don't all the time. They want to fold back on themselves, that's fine. Because look at this. I'm still getting blooms, I'm still getting stuff going on. Here's a tomato right there. All right, These beds are not doing the best. This bed's doing good for kale. You can see it looks all picked over. That's because I did last week, picked it over. We made some good kale lasagna. Oh, spotted lanternflies. Let me see. I don't know how to look at that one. And that one, let me zoom back. They are everywhere, and they're quick. They're nearly impossible. Bring a vacuum out here and suck them up. But the kale plants were doing great. All 3 different varieties. I picked them out. We made a lot of good stuff. Over here, those carrots, they're starting to come up. Look good. Got some basil. Now, this bed right here. This I had Missoula, and I had mustard, stuff like that. Was doing absolutely terrible. Let me adjust the camera here, guys. There we go. Now that carrot, that tape that I had, and I put some down, they're doing actually pretty good. But this is my problem with this bed. We did get a lot of rain. It's like no structure. Can you see that? Now, it's not clay. It's more soil, but look at that. Just, yeah. So, the few things I had left in there, they were doing terrible. I tried to stick some other stuff in there, it did terrible. A couple extra pepper plants, so I put them in there. But I have some ideas of how to fix the structure on that. This bed's almost the same way. It boomed down the rain so much. You can see how they look all beat down. These beans did not grow good over here. Well, this has a little bit more structure, but not much. So I need to solve that. Beets over here looking okay. A little tomato plant. He has taken so long to grow, and got some peppers over there. Now this plant, once again, whoops, excuse me. Once I get up, I just let them bend over. See how they bend over right there? Completely fine. They bend over, they come back down, and makes them just as easy to pick. Kale plants, looking good. And another thing about this plant, look how big and good it is. That's one of the few buds I even have on there. I don't understand. But hopefully something happens. The beans here, just terrible at growing lima beans. Now check these tomato plants out. These are the ones I put in grow bags and big old planters that I had. I ended up putting a string line. See that string line? All the way over to the metal trellis. And let me tell you why. They were starting to get all wobbly and clobbly. And I bought that old tripod over that I tried to grow beans on last year. That teepee. And I stuck it in there. So everybody's just kind of falling on everybody, leaning. I'll show you one that's growing out the string. I got one over there that's doing something weird. But look at the production on these. Look at these. And these right here, those ones in the buckets were planted after the ones in the raised beds. And these ones have way more fruit. Check out these trusses of tomatoes. Look at that, look at that. Whoop, that's beautiful. Yeah, we got them. And we do have a little something going on. Oop, extra peppers, got them in. See how I just let them go? They bend over and they go up this string. And they're just twisting themselves around. And this guy will twist around. This plant right here. I have no idea what is happening here. This stem stalk looks good. Nothing's going on down there, but up here, they're not ripped, they're not cut, but they're just, I don't know. So if anybody out there has anything like that going on with their tomatoes, let me know. These are still those kohlrabi and stuff. I don't think any of it's ever going to come good. I just leave it in there because it's kind of been attracting any cabbage moths that are around. So let's move through more tomato forest here. Oh, look at that. Look at these guys. I think these are big beef, if I'm not mistaken. A lot of my tags have washed away, of course. But I have so much good production. And see how these are coming up, leaning over on there because they're big, tall plants. Which I'm cool with that. Ooh. Check that out. Let me zoom out. Oh yeah, that's just some tomatoes. All right, come over here. That little bed, like I said, I don't think it gets enough light, so nothing really happened. Plopped an extra tomato in there. I said I did start some beans. So I plucked them in over here after the peas were done, which was kind of a fail. Uh-oh, look at this. Somebody's getting in there and munching on my peas. That's kind of silvery. I'm betting it's a slug. So I might have to spray them tonight a little bit. But I put some peas over here. They seem to be doing okay. Another tomato plant. And these beets, I'm not really even sure if they're gonna make decent sized beets. Because when I look in there, I just really had extra beet seed that was old and I put in there. I'm not feeling anything coming out. So that just might be getting some greens and chopping them up, and then also having, oh, see? Spotted lanternfly. Oh, I didn't get him, he flew away. But, you know, put a couple cucumber plants in there. Look at that. There's some cucumbers coming good. Oh my. So let's go out the gate here, guys. Last time I showed you these, I called these Lazy Susans. A Lazy Susan is something that's in my kitchen. Those are black-eyed Susans. The wildflower bed, it's starting to die back. The wildflowers have been doing their thing, but it has some beautiful flowers. But check out all that kale that I put in there. If you look in the last video, I'll leave a card. But look at some of them. Look at that guy. Beautiful. Beautiful. Over here, there's some more kale I put in. And back here, I put some kale in. I'm not really so concerned about picking this. It's getting that funky white stuff on there. I'm not real sure what it is. But it's kind of pulling away from my main garden, so any cabbage moths get out, they messing around with that. This stuff's all looking good. Check out the front wall. Check it out. I'll tell you what, I'll walk down there. What do you see what I finally got to grow? Give me a sec. Okay, I'll show you this side first, show you some of the flowers. Look at these guys. Look at these beautiful flowers, all self-seeded. I planted this bed with wildflower seed 3-4 years ago. And these guys are all self-seeded and just keep on coming back. Look in here, we got some nibblers. Some deer probably came out, nibbled some of this stuff. That's fine. Some of these volunteer tomatoes are absolutely incredible that they came up. Let's check the mail, guys. Nope, nothing in there. Yeah, see a deer got that wildflower. That's fine. There was a couple pepper plants in there, but I don't see anything happening. Beautiful, beautiful flowers for the pollinators. Hey, Mr. Gargle, check out my pumpkins. Look at that. Remember I just threw a couple seeds out? Well, look at those pumpkins. And that one over there. Awesome. Herein lies the bitch of it all. None of the pumpkins are pollinating. I'd see a pumpkin flower here and there. None of them seem to get pollinated. Except for today when I got home this morning. I saw something. And oh, there he is. There's a pumpkin. So that's still on there, and I think it pollinated. Oh, I just love when people do that right in my ear. But I think that one actually pollinated because there was a few other ones that they got round and they had the bloom on, and the bloom looked funny, fell off, and they just fell off because they didn't pollinate. Oh, zucchini. Oh, wait. There's another little pumpkin right there. See if he pollinates. Of course, they got to be 2 inches from the road. So if I go up in here and I look, aha, zucchini. Remember I said this is it. This is the last year. I don't grow any zucchini. I'm never growing them again. So I guess I got to grow them next year. But hands down, that's the first zucchini. Actually, I have 2 up in the house that already off of that plant that grew. First zucchini I've grown in probably 15, 16 years. I'm getting attacked by bugs. So here is the pumpkin plant. Uh-oh. See that? Getting in my stem. Got some bugs in there. So I'm gonna have to get in here and mess around. Ooh, wormy. I'm gonna have to get in here and mess around. But these are rooting actually into the ground out there too. So this main root, getting a little bit of this. Sometimes you can save it because it's rooted in so many other places. Now these are other zucchini plants, and I have looked. I have 2 or 3 more in there, and that one plant on the end is the only spot that is giving me zucchini. Well, check out the tomato plants. Let's just step back and take that in. Look at that. And they're doing good. They're all starting to put out some fruit. Everybody's looking good. And I barely water these. When they were little, I watered them on a cycle. But here, I pretty much let them go. We've had some rain, but I come out, you know, and I give it the old check. And 9 times out of 10, like, no, it feels okay. And we're supposed to be getting more rain, so pepper plants are doing good. Look at that. Got some little peppers on out here. A little birdie flying by me. But look at that. Look at the wall. I know it looks kind of crazy and unkept, and well, I don't care. I love it. This is another pumpkin plant. And now look in there. Let me zoom in. Spotted lanternflies. And let me tell you, it really hurts when you try to smack them off of a pumpkin plant, because these plants are really, really spiny. So if we look down through here, I got maybe a pumpkin will be coming. I don't know. That guy over on the wall, I'm not real sure. But this is what's going on out front. It is like, it's crazy. A little disheartening to see this, but I think we can save that. So I really, really want at least just one pumpkin. Look at that. You can see spotted lanternflies in there. I can't really find them on the zoomer, but they're on a tomato plant in there. And most of those volunteer tomato plants are doing great. They're just all over the place. And they're probably gonna give me a few tomatoes, and that's awesome. But like I said, the other, yeah, I see deer was in there. There is another, if I get way down in there, look, this is another zucchini plant down in there. Can't really see it, but it has given me nothing. I got this. I do believe this right here. Oh yeah, that looks like a teeny tiny pumpkin on there. It's going all the way out to that one pumpkin plant. So let's lean that up into the things there. Spotted lanternflies everywhere. Over here I have another zucchini plant, and there were just 2 or 3 that fell off the other day that didn't get pollinated. Look at that. We got some good tomatoes there. Good tomatoes everywhere. All right. Well, anyways, this is going to be my end of July garden tour, I guess you could call it. Everything's starting to come in. Everything's starting to come good. I'm real excited. Had a bunch of fails, had a bunch of successes. I finally got a zucchini to grow. In fact, I got 2 of them, and you seen the 3rd one out there. And I know people talk about all the, I gotta duck down, all the millions of zucchinis that they grow. And that's awesome, but I've never had much luck doing it till this year, and I'm pretty ecstatic about it. So this is everything that's going on. Let me zoom it out. Let's see how that looks. I get a little bit more of a fish eye, so to speak. That's the garden. And well, I'm pretty excited. Hold on. Here we go. A little more zoom back in. But hey, glad you guys came along. Hopefully you made it to the end of this video. Like, subscribe, share the videos around. And I can't wait to give you a tour of the August garden, and maybe a couple little more short videos of some harvest when the tomatoes and everything starts coming in. Wait, from the garden, I'm Noah. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.